Hi everyone, this is Poi Dog with the Poicast, and just wanted to play a little bit of the game as far as the current build right now. Pretty excited about how things are coming along. This is my first title, and yeah, things are cooking along, and I wanted to kind of share it with you just because of the overall excitement of getting stuff done. Go ahead and get into the gameplay here. Uh, Let me see what I can do. Hang on a second here. Yep, yep. Get my camera turned on. And there we go. Alright. Okay, so back to the game. Basically, right now, I still have to put a lot of the lighting and stuff as far as the interior, but now you start off in your own home. You'll be able to buy stuff for it. This area will be like you'll unlock a TV and you can play videos and stuff. And I haven't quite figured out what videos I'm going to put in there just yet, but I'm sure it'll have something to do with the content I've worked on in the past, and maybe something more. Maybe who knows what it could lead to. You can see the save station here is now in the house. Back here, you can unlock a charging station. That's all for future gameplay stuff. I have it written down, but I'm not gonna mention it until I can get there. But yeah, as soon as I have that, I'll go ahead and put it in. I'm going to load up a previous save. Man, I had a terrible time. I had updated the game and everything, and started a I couldn't get my game to save again, and I couldn't figure out why for the longest time. But it turned out, for those that uh, would like to know, especially if you're working with Godot, if you change the project output name, like the title of the name, the name of the game and everything, if you change that, because it was Noah's Galaxy Arcade, and I changed it to Midway because it's turning into more of a Midway situation. But yeah, I didn't change the name until recently, and when I did, I couldn't save anymore, or couldn't load my save, and I had quite a few coins. I was pretty excited to have, and yeah, no, yeah, that was an issue. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you do change the game, you may have to do a resave. And right now, I don't have my save file encrypted, so I could have added more coins and stuff to it, but I decided to just play the game and have fun with it. Anyway, what are the updates? Let's see what we got here. As you can see, the city has starting to expand a little bit. It'll probably go a couple more. Yeah, probably come more back. Like it's not going to be a huge city by any means, but it'll probably go back more into this area here, which is pretty much dead right now. These brown buildings you see here is one of the first things I did in Blender, so they'll be replaced. What I did is I just kind of stuck them in there just to give it a little more dimension to the map itself. Um, Moved the like these things over here. They're going to be small shops. They're going to have different trinkets and whatnot you can get. Uh, right now I have the color changing shop in here, so you can change your color if you have enough coins. It's $20 for the or 20 coins for changing the color. So there, change the color out, and this weekend I'm hoping by Monday I'll have the backpack system put in place, and what that's going to do is force me to put more effort into the game core loop. Basically, in here is this is going to be the arcade, and basically arcade and some kind of delivery thing. So it's going to be like a combo where you can go in, you can play games and stuff, and then you can also come over to this counter and you'll be able to accept jobs and deliveries and stuff like that. And then you'll be able to go out, make your deliveries, come back, and get your coins and stuff. The games itself, this coin raid, right now as it sits, it's just for me to collect coins. I will have like what do you call it, turrets and enemies and stuff like that. Nothing. I'm not really sure how to approach it just yet. Like I said, I am trying to make this game for kids, so it makes it a little tough to put in hyper violent stuff. So it'll probably be real basic, nothing, nothing too violent. At least that's the point. Will be not to be too violent. Let me get back over there. Oop. Yeah, I used to have the car stay wherever it was, but I have it now to where every time you exit out one of the arcade machines, that it, because it basically gives you or puts you right back in front of the spawn point is at the house. So I want to be able to, when you once you jump out of a game and you have coin and stuff, I want to be able to just be right in front of the save. So that's why I put the spawn there. I was thinking about just respawning you back out here and then you'd have to travel back across, but it turns out I'd rather have the save feature right there. The asteroid blast is pretty much the same. It doesn't have that. You don't walk up to it anymore, up to the spaceship and play that game. The rally racer, same thing. You don't have the side by side sitting out. It's all as an arcade machine. Because what this basically, when you hit an arcade machine, is you'll be going to a totally different game outside of what you're starting off in, like that city area. Added some coins to the map, but I tell you, it makes it harder because like you really want to just and rip around the map, but you kind of want the coins at the same time. So it's like a give and take. Do you want the coins or do you want to get a good lap time? So trying to get both. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. I know my times are a lot better if I'm not focused on the coins. That's for sure. Ah, there we go. But yeah, you can go in, select your different tracks and stuff like that. Return to the lobby. It should put you right back in front of here, and then you can go in and save your game. Another thing added was the roller coaster. Pretty excited about that. Uh, it Once I started learning how to draw paths and stuff for the AI and stuff like that, I realized there's much more I can do with it, and I decided to throw this roller coaster in there. Just basically jump on and enjoy the ride. Uh, I will be making a larger, more complex roller coaster. This is kind of like I said, this is my first game, so I'm just kind of testing everything out. I don't want to put maximum effort into something if I couldn't figure it out. And it turns out it's not as hard as I thought it was. I can control the speed, so basically when it gets to where the drop points are, I can make it go faster. And when it's climbing, I can make it go slower. As an example, I have a character over here I tested that theory on. As you can see, he's cooking, then he slows down, and then he'll start running fast again. There we go. And I can set up that same process for the roller coaster. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm getting a grasp of a lot of things that I want to do within the game. One of the biggest accomplishments I got was this thing right here. It didn't seem like much. You just jump in and you fly it around, but man, figuring this out to where at first there was I would have it like the ship respawn back where it was originally, and then I would just drop out of the sky. I would just flying everywhere. And at first I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I like this idea. But the fact is that I figure better just kind of keep everything tightened up. And it's more just like an experiment. You're just floating around on this thing. So when you're ready to get out of it, it respawns everything back to where the original spot is. And then I've also added a racetrack. Um, I haven't gotten the laps or the timing, anything put in yet. I just got the AI, and what I want to do is really kind of figure out how to manage the AI because Uh, I I think I'm gonna have to switch my approach as far as how they get around the track, and it's been like right now they're on a track, so they're basically following a path, and I have different speeds and stuff like that and variations, but it's not enough really to kind of enjoy, in my opinion. I've come from sim racing, so it's really hard for me to uh, see. Like, they're rude, they don't care, but it's really hard for me to see it this way. I think I'm gonna have to do the whole layout on the track, and then just have points where they're traveling to keep them on the track, but they need to be able to move around the whole track, and there needs to be some kind of interaction between my car and their car for them to be a little bit more interesting to race. Right now, it's kind of there. It's still kind of fun because I got these guys set to be a little faster than you, but they're only following one line. So if you're able to really, dial in the track, you can get it. Oh, get off the track here. You can get it to the point where you can actually start pulling the laps away from. Now, whoa, this guy here. Let's go ahead and fly around real quick over the track so you can kind of get a bird's eye view of the track. Well, this is one of the things I liked about this. And I'm thinking maybe I'll have another camera view so you can do like screenshots and stuff, because you can pause the spaceship in the air. So you can just basically, well, let me point down. I can reverse and make it kind of like a camera, so you can do a screenshot of the game and stuff like that straight from your ship, and then maybe have it display like in the house or something like that. But there's the overall racetrack. It's pretty simple, horseshoe style, and then yeah, this is where the game is so far. And I'm like I said, I'm pretty excited about how things are turning out. Like I said, the next big thing to tackle will be this counter right here. The next time I put up a video, it'll be because I accomplished this, which will be being able to sign up for various jobs in the city and make it, earn coins and stuff that way. Another cool thing that I was able to do was set up the DJ booth. So if you're playing a certain song, right now the song is off. The music is focused toward the center, so it's a 3D spatial audio. If I go away, as you can see, it's getting softer. But what was cool is like I was having a problem where, you get a certain music playing on your lobby, and if you like that, that's cool and all. But say if I went and jumped into here, and then I went back, it would basically reset everything. So I learned how to set it up to where the music will play whatever last song that you played. And you can also mute all the music and all that stuff too. But it was just one of those things where if you left this main city and came back, the music would start at zero again. There would be no songs playing. So pretty happy to figure that one out. Overall, there's all kinds of different coins around the city that you can kind of figure out how to get to. I will have some other hidden items and kind of trickery, old school Easter egg kind of stuff hidden throughout the map. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. I just kind of wanted to share it, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll do some more live streaming later. And if if you want to, you can watch me in the process. I'm I'm not a developer, man. I'm learning, so a lot of my stuff is very slow and kind of like I'll break the game until I figure it out again. Then I'll have a new feature added because I had to rebuild the whole game just to, because I don't know how to plan for the next move because I've never done it before. So sometimes I'll put something in, or I get excited about something and then realize like it doesn't work with a few other things. Oh, and I did want to mention, as you can tell, it used to show up in the lower left hand side, but now everything shows up in the top left hand. And the reason being is that, like all the menus and stuff like that. The reason being is because I'm also porting this to Android, and I do have a build on Android right now, and it's working. And I'll be adding the touch controls to it soon. I mean, you can hook up an Xbox. And that would be one of the things that I used to really love about any games that would put the effort to it. Oh, I didn't realize my. Man, I am not good at live streaming anymore. It's been a long time since I've done any type of live streaming. I didn't realize that was still on there. Let me get that off of there. There we go. Anyway, but yeah, no. Uh, Adding the controls or all the menus and stuff to go up in this top corner here was simply because of being able to add the touch controls on the bottom. So imagine the bottom portion of the screen will have the controls there. I was gonna look for a plugin for it, but I found a pretty good tutorial. It's a little older, so hopefully it does work. Cause that's the one thing about like tutorials and Godot is like you gotta make sure you're finding one within your version, because if it's not your version, it may not work. There was especially working on this jet or the spaceship back here. There was some actual syntax that just doesn't work in the current build that I have, but did work before. And the same thing with the flight controls. Like, it was enough for me to understand what I need to get done, and mixing the tutorial with the documentation that they have online, I was able to figure it out. But yeah, definitely don't try to rely too much on tutorials with Godot, because really can it really can get uh, very frustrating, because you're following the code, you're putting it down, and then like with me, I like to understand what I'm doing. So, and if I hit a point where I can't make it work, and I see it's exactly how they have it instead of the way I wanted to do it, and it's like syntax. The cool thing about Godot is like when you are typing in your code, if there's a method or something that needs to happen, it'll kind of pre-prompt you and let you know this is what it is. And one of the big things was uh, what I do when I basically exit this is I destroyed the one that's in the air, and I make another instance of it here. And the word instance doesn't work anymore. I think it's instantiate or something else. It's something different than instance. So once I figured that out, and I was able to kind of put that back or put it together in the first place. So finally got it working. I had tried to give a build out to my brother and my kiddos, and it just seemed like everything was going wrong this last update. So I pulled all the builds down and finally got it working, and it is 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, welcome to game development. I love it though, man. To be honest, it's challenging. It's almost as if it were a game in itself. It's filled with a whole bunch of different puzzle solving and mystery and learning, and it's just making a concept that you have in your head come to life is just so much fun. So I really do enjoy it, but it is a lot of work as far as gathering the information that you need, and it's just a lot of just weird. Oh, hey, what's up, Roberto? I didn't see you in the chat there. I'm horrible at live streaming anymore. I used to do a podcast and stuff, and I just haven't done it in a long time. It was for motocross, but looking good. Roller coaster there. Yeah, here I'll check. I don't know when was that message put. Yeah, let me see if I can. I'll jump on the roller coaster real quick. I don't know if you're still in the chat, bud. Sorry, I didn't see that. There you go. Yeah, you can jump on the roller coaster. As I was saying earlier, you can actually, or I've learned with the path following stuff like that, and the coding and stuff, is I can set it up to where, like this climb, I can make it slower. The drops, I can make it faster. There's all kinds of cool things you can do. This was implemented really, like the build itself was implemented really quickly, because I wanted to make sure it worked before I built this huge giant roller coaster. And what it's going to end up doing is going to cycle around the whole city eventually. And of course, the transitions on and off the roller coaster will be kind of a hybrid of like animations and stuff like that, little videos in between, so it's not just an abrupt off and on. And that goes with a lot of the different things that I'm doing. Is that I will be adding more of a cinematic transition between all the different things. Let me see if I can get this guy here. The car racing stuff is going to need a lot of work. Like I said, I have to learn a new um, what do they call it, enemy path or what? I'm not sure what the path navigation is what I got to start learning. And because the path following is great, if I could, have them jump. Let's say if I lay down three paths, if I could have them jump between the three paths, depending on any given situation interacting with the player, then I would be happy with that. But for now, I just got them following a path and at different speeds, and they're pretty violent. They don't care. They will bulldoze you over. Um, Let me see what we got here. Just came from work. Nice. Really, yeah, it really is coming together, man. Like it's kind of crazy. Like the hard part is coming. Like right now, I have the world built and I have it set up. Um, Pretty much. I mean, the concept is there. Like there's got to be a little more uniformity. The buildings you see here, there's like I was saying earlier in the live stream, is that these were like one of the first buildings I built in Blender, and I've gotten a little bit better with building structures and stuff like that. So I mean, like everything you see has been built by me. I haven't used any assets or anything like that. So it's taking a lot longer than I'd like it to, and I see so much great art out there. But it's like this first game, I really want to experience everything. I want to experience to be the programmer, the artist, and eventually I'll be working on music too. Right now, that's the only thing I've grabbed outside of my own stuff. And the ironic part is I used to be a music producer, so I just need to get on it and start making music for the game. I think a lot of it has to do with just context, like where is it gonna go? I want to have a midway feel, like you're going down, like a California midway or something like that, where you got your rides and you got your little games and arcades and all that kind of stuff. Eventually, this will blow out to be that, and the ship that I have here, that you can get in and fly around, and there's a reason for it because I wanted to make sure I could do this before before I decided to put down in my game document. This is actually gonna be a way to fly to another like level or city, and it all depends. Like the way I have to structure this first city first is to have goals, of course, for every little thing, and then once you've completed all the goals, this ship that I'm flying around will appear, and you'll be able to take this ship and fly to a another city or another space station or something of that nature. Right now, I haven't figured out if I want this city to be on a planet, which I can really easily just draw land out in the background and really tie in kind of a human feel to it instead of just the robots. And then this will be something that you'll jump in and then you'll fly until you hit like a jump gate or something, and it'll take you to a totally different city. That's the goal, at least. But right now, I'm fleshing this one out, getting it to be as busy and as fun as I can make it, and then from there, um, well, like right now, the big things that I'm working on will be setting up this part of the I don't know, gallery pizzeria, Galaxy Pizzeria or something. I don't know what to call this place, but it'll definitely be some kind of delivery system, and or odd jobs that you can pick up from here and kind of do your thing. I'll make a couple more arcades that you can play. Um, Flesh this one out. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, that this is just put together so I could get coins to test out everything that required coins. So it's nothing going on but me collecting coins, which is kind of satisfying, but also kind of really cheap. And yeah, no, it's a side scroller. I'll have turrets and whatever type of enemies that you can deal with there. Like I said, the hardest part right now for me is making it for kids. I could have been a lot further along, I think, if I didn't constrain myself with that, because it's really important for me to be able to hand this game over, to either my youngest or, a friend's child, and let them play it and not have to worry about anything. Like they're just going and having fun. Like that's the goal of this game. Is I want kids to play it. It'll be fun. There will be some addictive play mechanics to it, but nothing like how Roblox or any other pay to win or DLC or season packs. All that. I just want kids to have something that I had when I was younger, which was you picked up a game and you just had fun. It's offline. I don't have to worry about online predators, and my friends' kids don't have to worry about all that. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like I really want to develop something really robust, for a child. And the hard part is like not creating anything violent or too scary, or what I mean. Like there's that fine line. Like what's gonna be fun, and actually I know I'm gonna make one of these spots probably maybe here in the back. Cause like I was it's the same thing. I was sitting over looking over in the back here, and I end up dreaming about oh I'll put a race car track back here, and then I'll get some racing and stuff on that side. And this back here, I think I'm gonna make it a huge like a parkour park, that if you get to the top, then you get some kind of rare item or something like that. But you have to like grab all the coins on the way up and not touch the ground and that kind of thing. So it's one of those things I'm building up on it. I appreciate that, Roberto. But yeah, yeah, it's like I said, it's I'm just so stoked to get this far. I've tried to do games a few years back, and I believe it was Game Maker that I was using. I think it was Game Maker, and I just, the 2D thing was, I love what people can do with it. I don't think I'm at that level where I can make a 2D game fun. I don't know. And I've always been fascinated with 3D. But every time I tried 3D, it just wasn't working out. And I've tried Unreal. I've tried. Um, Unreal is actually really cool. It's got a lot of really cool things you can do. But it just seems so beyond me that I wasn't ready for it. And then the Unity, which when just as I was getting into this stuff, Unity was coming out of a bunch of problems with their finances and how they were treating their developers and stuff like that. So I decided to dump Unity, and because of all that, I learned about Godot. Found out it was open source and free, and you can do whatever you want with it, and you can even modify the code if you want. Like you can do whatever you want and make your games, and that's it. It's yours. It's everything is yours. So I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna spend my time on something, it's probably that. Now I'm sure I'd be well ahead of the game and having a far more interesting looking game if I got into Unreal. I just, I mean, with Unreal, it's like you don't even owe them money till you get like a half a million or something like that. So it's not like that was the issue. I know Unity kind of scared me with their user fees and all that other stuff. I looked into it a little bit. I didn't really dive into it, but I looked into it for a little bit, and it just I landed on this, and it's really like once you start to grasp how to use Godot, it's It's like it's getting faster and faster. Anytime I think about something I want, it's a lot less of a hassle to get there. So I'm pretty pumped on it. But yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, man. I appreciate you jumping in. I hope you're doing well, and I hope your project's doing good, dude. I can't wait for the next video. I saw you were giving away a bunch of Lego codes and stuff like that. That's awesome, man. I used to do giveaways on my podcast and stuff, and it's always fun to do that, man. Like give somebody a game, or like with me, I did motocross stuff, and I also did some gaming, but it was all motocross related. So I'd give a key to somebody that won the latest motocross game and stuff like that. So it's always cool to give back to the community like that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up and see what color am I now. Okay, I'm green. Make sure I get my save in before I shut down the game and call it a night. But if you guys are interested, or Roberto, if you're interested, I could start streaming the process of everything that I'm doing from here on out. And the problem is that it's really gonna suck because I suck right now, and everything takes time for me. I know if anybody that's doing game development and has been doing it, if you were to watch me, you'd probably be wincing the whole time. So I'm probably gonna steer away from that for now. But thanks for tuning in, man, dude. I appreciate it. And for everybody else that checks out the video later, thanks for checking it out. And I'll talk to you all later. Aloha.